Good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming. I'm Tony Prado, Director of Communications for Newcastle County Government, and I can't remember the poet's name who said there's nothing so lovely as a sunny October day, and I'm paraphrasing there, but we figured this was a great time of year to do this. You know, we all love October, the leaves are starting to change, and we're in a beautiful park. And we're celebrating some history here today. It's not just about a new pavilion that you see here and the ribbon cutting we're going to do. We're here to celebrate a man known as State Senator Rudy Williams. And Senator Williams was a statesman with vision. If you don't believe me, just look around this park and see how beautiful it is. And statesmen like Newcastle County Executive Tom Gordon and Councilman Sheldon are of like mind, and that's why they're here to celebrate this pavilion that was built for you, the people. So let me just make sure I introduce some folks, starting with County Executive Tom Gordon himself, the man in charge of the day-to-day operations of these beautiful county parks. We have Councilman Tim Sheldon, of course. We have County Executive's Chief of Staff, Jim McDonald. We have Special Services General Manager Wayne Merritt here. His department is essentially the Public Works Department in charge of running and taking care of the parks. We have a special group here who pushed and advocated for the sign you're going to see here in a little bit. They came to Councilman Sheldon. They're the Friends of Brandywine Springs Park, a very respected group. You know, well known for their active work to keep this park beautiful and special. The president is here. I'm going to ask him a few words in a little bit. We also we're honored to have Tom Williams, the son of Senator Williams, here with his wife, Patricia. Thank you guys for coming. And I just want to thank a few people for helping to make this happen, from Special Services, namely Mike Swaby, Paul Johnson, Tracy Searles, and you know, the hardworking men and women who created this sign that you're going to see, and a number of other people that I'm sure I'm forgetting. We have our NCC TV crew here to film and document this important event. At this point, I would first like to ask Councilman Tim Sheldon to come up and talk about this park, which is right in the midst of his beautiful district. Councilman Sheldon.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, everyone, for coming out today. And this is a special park. And Mr. Williams, a state senator back in the day, this is the very first park in the state of Delaware, which nobody knew about, and was handed over to the county. And I know County Exec Tom Gordon, like myself, love this park, and that's why it's expanded. If you look around, not just this pavilion, which we're so happy to get done and be in the honor of state senator, around this we've taken it in the last 12 years to the next level, and we have new pavilions not only here, but as you walk over to the trails, we found foundations and so forth. There's so much history with the Western Railroad being part of this downstream, if you take a walk around here. And it's just beautiful. And this is what people like to see. You can't develop everything around. You have to have somewhere where it's preserved. And this is located in between 3 different communities if you go up and down the road here. And I tell you, it's beautiful. And these are the things that we need in this community, that some people can come around, walk, but also preserving the history. This is a lot of history here, as I tell you. There's walks that people do. The Friends of Brandywine Springs, which invited me to my very first meeting, I got to see everything that they do, and they put a lot of energy in here. And I do want to brag about the county for one thing. They say how, again, bragging about how good a county we have. I called Tom Gordon up just 2 weeks ago and said, can we preserve and go through this after Mike talked to me and emailed and said, can we get this pavilion dedicated to the state senator? And within 2 weeks, this all happened as far as getting you people here, getting signs made, getting a declaration done, and go anywhere in the world. And it's pretty tough to get that done in 2 weeks. But we were able to do it and get even a tribute done just as this past Tuesday. So I appreciate everybody coming out here, and I appreciate Tom, and I appreciate the Friends of Brandywine Springs with all their hard work. And I have to say about Ed Lipka, another true gentleman that's not here today, but has worked very hard on these projects. So thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Councilman Sheldon. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention another great statesman, and that's Council President Chris Bullock. As Councilman Sheldon mentioned, the tribute that was passed unanimously Tuesday night. And I want to recognize Council President Bullock's aide, Anthony DeFiore, who was kind enough to join us here today. Anthony, I apologize. I promised myself I was going to not miss anyone. Now, without further ado, I'd like to now introduce my boss, the great County Executive Thomas B. Gordon, whose parks are near and dear to his heart.
Thank you. Thank you, Tony. This is a great day. And last century, when I spent 8 years, we did a lot of work with the friends of this park. And I got to tell you, they're true, dedicated, loyal servants. And I can't thank the friends so much for what they've done. The Friends of Brandywine Spring Park have been through so many hours of your own time. You know the history of this place had probably one of the most historical backgrounds of being an amusement park and all the things, and all the people that came from all over Delaware and Philly by train to see this place. It's hard to imagine that we're standing on a ground that used to be the bustle of activity and excitement and relief for so many people in the tri-state area. And to bring back the history, we should all be very proud of it. I have to say that I thank Timmy Sheldon but it was him that got the resolution through. And he's always an advocate for his area and his parks, and particularly Brandywine Springs. This new pavilion is a 40-foot by 64-foot pre-engineered steel structure. It's replacing the existing structure that was installed in 1956. The county will officially start renting it next season. It will be outfitted with grills and tables and security lights. But back in 1953, Senator Wilmer Williams sponsored a bill in the General Assembly to set aside $67,000 for the development of this park. It was his foresight at the time that it became the state of Delaware's first state park purchased and developed park. He gets an awful lot of credit. The state later made it a county park, and we're very fortunate to have it today in our inventory. So on behalf of President Bullock and Councilman Sheldon, I thank Senator Williams and the General Assembly as a whole for their wisdom in creating Brandywine Springs Park, such a wonderful asset today. I also want to thank Acting General Manager Wayne Merritt and his staff for creating a pavilion worthy of this special park, working along with the Friends of Brandywine Springs. While selecting the design layout, Special Service Property Manager Paul Johnson worked very closely with the Friends of Brandywine Springs, including President Mike, I'm going to mispronounce this, Chosek.
Perfect.
And what passion you have. And, I was glad to see you were still here when I came back 8 years later. And you still had the same passion. And you told me today about a story that you figured out, a century-old question of what's draining the water down below. And I hope you continue with that passion, and we're going to continue to work with you to improve this park. It's one of the greatest and oldest active Friends groups in Newcastle County, and I truly appreciate all of their time. But in latter years, I'm told Senator Williams was a member of the Friends of Brandywine Springs and could always be counted on supporting improvements in this park, and I'm sure that he's here with us today. So we're really, I attend many ceremonies, and this one really, I'm very proud of what the county employees who are here today, the great work they do every day, and the way we all work together to design this building that looks like it could be here in the 1900s. And it's a great addition, Wayne, and everybody's involved. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Speaking of President Chosek, I would like to ask Mr. Chosek to please come up and say some words on behalf of the Friends of Brandywine Springs Park.
Thank you very much. I'd like to also thank Councilman Sheldon for his resolution that he brought forward and the County Council for passing to have the name of Rudy Williams Pavilion. It is a real honor for us to be able to have this done. Knowing Rudy as I did, he was a real ardent supporter of Brandywine Springs. And we as a group thank also the County Special Services Department in all of their support over the years. Believe it or not, we've been doing this for over 20 years. All of the signs that you see down in the park, in the area of the old amusement park, we put in under the thankful guidance of Special Services. We have an amazing relationship with Special Services. John Husband has been a supporter of ours, and we've got the lake rebuilt. We put the signs in. We do archaeological digs every month when it's warm, and we have found some amazing things. And I was, excuse me, as I was telling Tom Gordon, we just found out why the Chalybeate Spring was not draining. Since we uncovered it about 2 years ago, every time we came down, the whole site was flooded. You know, why? So we dug down, we found out that the 1830 drain was plugged, and we didn't know why. Well, last week we had a dig, and we found out why. We were unplugging the wrong drain. The original drain was for the 1830s when the hotel was here and everybody came down to partake of the waters. But in 1900, you have to remember that was 70 years before. So therefore, it was a historical structure, and the people, Richard Crook, decided that it should be noted and shown. So what they did was they put a concrete pad in and then a gazebo over it. Well, when they did that, they knew that people couldn't dip down and be able to get the water. It's now too deep for them. So what they did was they put in 2 1-inch pipes just below the concrete, and that drained to a wooden box, and then out the 3-inch pipe. We didn't know this until last Saturday when we uncovered the box. You know, what the heck is this here for? And it's over 100 years old and still in good shape. So we unplugged it, and the thing started running in. Wow. So after a while, okay, let's see what happens. And darn it, about an hour later, it filled up, and the water's draining into Hyde Run, just as it was supposed to. Now, the water is absolutely clear when it comes out of Hyde Run, or I'm sorry, out of the spring, and then it goes down into Hyde Run. So it's running exactly as it did in 1830s. So, but again, let me thank everybody for their participation in getting this put in place. Thank you.
At this point, I'm going to ask County Executive Tom Gordon, Councilman Sheldon, President Chosick, Chief of Staff Jim McDonald. Do we need anyone else?
I forgot, mention the mayor's here.
Oh, we have the mayor of Ellesmere, Steve Berg here, the Honorable Steve Berg, whose town is just a 5-minute drive from here. I apologize, Your Honor.
Tom.
Everyone?
Anybody you think is fine?
You guys take this.
No, you take the scissors.
All right, we're gonna do a countdown. Jimmy? We're gonna do a countdown from 10. Everybody's ready with the cameras. You guys get up closer. Come on up here, grab the ribbon. You guys did work. I didn't do anything. You don't screw it up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,